Hello, my name is Chris Robinson. I will be your instructor for Math 107 this semester. I'd like to show you how this course is set up, give you an idea of how to access things using Blackboard. The tool I'm using right now to record this is called Zoom. You've got some sort of camera on your computer or something that can capture video. We can have virtual office hours using this, and I felt this would be a good way to show you how it's set up and what we can do with it. So let me begin by sharing my screen and showing you how our course is set up on Blackboard. Beginning of class, you'll be funneled through this Sort Here tab. In about 2 or 3 days, I'll switch it so you begin on each of the modules that we'll be using throughout the semester. So under the Start Here tab, really going down to the second item, you've got some essential items that we'll be using throughout the semester, and I hope you take the time to look at the syllabus for the course. I've got a voice thread there. That's another way for me to capture comments and talk with you about items, discussing important things from the syllabus, as well as a way for you to see some of our course objectives for the semester and a course calendar. These items are all here for your information. The technology we'll be using through the semester, if you're having some trouble getting used to it, there's really a couple things, 3 things here we need to watch out about. The first one is Zoom, and that really comes down to how often you might want to have office hours, might want to meet with me. Another thing is VoiceThread, which we'll use for discussion questions we have in each module. So 3 times through the semester, you will be discussing how the topics from the module apply to your practice of nursing. The third item is My Math Lab. When you purchased a textbook for this class, it should have come with an access code that let me show you how you can use. So under the tab, My Math Lab Tutorial, you're going to see a student registration handout. What that will do is if you go to pearson.com My Lab, is give you directions on how to set up your account. Now they give you some information here if you've already got a My Math Lab account. They're very, very good about describing what to do, as well as the course ID. All these things are meant to guide you through the process of setting up My Math Lab. This would be what we use to submit our homework assignments through the semester, as well as our quizzes. It will not be used for exams, and as I said earlier, it won't be used for discussion questions, but we will use it quite frequently. If you have any troubles getting My Math Lab started, send me an email. We want to be quick about getting it going, and perhaps these directions are really good and there won't be an issue at all. The third item here, Zoom, is what I'm using right now. You've seen what you need there. So after you've got used to the technology tools, let's get a little practice with one of them. I'd like each of you to introduce yourself to the class. I've given some items there to address. I even talk about myself a little bit there to give you an idea of what I'd like you to share with your peers. One thing with a virtual class is you don't always get to meet those peers. This is a way for us to build some of those relationships. Once you're done with that, you're ready to go with the first module. So over here on the left, what you'll notice are 3 modules that we will go throughout the semester. So really, semester for us is 7 weeks. These are set up to go about 2 weeks each, with a little bit of leeway for that 7th week to take care of the final and any reviewing we might need to do. Each module is set up in a very similar way. You'll notice at the beginning, I will have an overview with the different skills we will want to master by the end of the module. Underneath that overview are essential questions. These are meant to help you guide your study. I have listed homework questions in the text that I'd like you to try out. Good way to start practicing it. Then beyond that, you've got some essential questions that I will not grade, but you'll have the opportunity to work and check the key. I've shown my work. I've added some comments in there that are meant to help you, especially as we get later, a percent concentration or strengths of solution. Sometimes those are a little tricky, and calculating dosages based on weight. Sometimes I have a few extra comments. Rounding is a difficult issue at that point. And these essential question sets are meant to give you practice, feedback from how I would approach them, and help you avoid any pitfalls. The online assessments, if you click on those, this is another link for you to get to my math lab, to get to the homework or the quiz for the module. Due dates are up at the top. A voice thread for the discussion questions down at the bottom. And I have some supplemental resources. Maybe it's been a while since you've taken some math. Some Khan Academy videos are present for the basics and proportions of those first two modules. Don't have any for dosage calculations, but perhaps in the future we'll find some that we can put in there. So each module is set up in this similar framework: an overview, essential questions, online assessments, and some supplemental resources if we have them. The one exception is in module number 2. We're going to be working with some unit conversions, and I've got a conversion factor sheet down here at the bottom that you can use. And I really want to bring your attention to this. On our textbook, I want to make sure we're clear this up front. There's an error in the book. It says that 1 fluid ounce is 8 teaspoons. It's actually 6 teaspoons. That's correct on our conversion factor sheet, but I don't want you to ever make a mistake due to that. Okay? So that takes care of the module structure. I didn't mention too much about the analysis. This is another opportunity for you to see what's due, what we're doing each week, and the assignments that we'll need to do. Course calendar, here's another opportunity for you to see it. Essentially, what I want to make clear, we all have busy schedules, whether it be with family, work, or other constraints. You need to know when things are going to be done so you can so you can schedule work around it, or I can schedule around you to some extent. I'm pretty darn flexible. See here, we've got module number 1 exam on the 26th of March. I've had students take that over the weekend before. I've had students take it a day or two after. You kind of have a 5-day range there that I can work with as long as it's reasonable. I don't want you to take an exam if you've been working a 12-hour shift right before that. I've taught some students before that have some really hectic work schedules. I'm willing to be flexible. I want you to do the best you can on these. Just communicate with me and we can work something out. Looking under tools, it's another link from my math lab. You may not need to use that. Checking grades, you can see how you're doing in the course. You can see how you've done on assignments. This would be how I post grades. If you want to know how you've done on an assignment, usually 2 or 3 days after it has been submitted to me, or 2 or 3 days, especially with an exam, after I've got all of them. I won't talk about exam grades until all of them are submitted to me. So there's the catch where you have to be flexible with me. If I'm going to be flexible with students as far as when they take the exam to work around their schedules, I will not present, or I will not give those scores back until everybody submitted them. So you may have to wait a day or two after that final person gets them all in. So it works for everybody if we're flexible. But you can see all the things that will be done through the semester. And let me see, here we'll go at the top. You'll be able to see your cumulative grade and your average or your letter grade for the semester too. If you need to contact me, email is the best way to do it. I'm available in my office from usually 11 to 1 daily if you want to call me on the phone, or if you want to have a virtual office office meeting, that works great too. If you need to get with me, the important thing is just to send me an email usually, and we'll find out a time that works. Looking forward to the semester. Hopefully this has guided you on how to begin the course. Wish you the best.